Hello, everybody. Paul Caldwell here. Thanks for being here today for the weekly chairman's call. I am doing this today from my car because I got stuck and was not able to get back to the office in time to do this. But one thing is I do have on is my new OGX hat, if you notice. Thank you very much for, I believe Mr. Becerra sent me this hat. Anyway, thank you very much for the hat. I really appreciate it. It was at my, arrived at my office, and I very much appreciate the gift of the hat. This is our last week of having to do the translation like this. We'll be doing more simultaneous translations going forward, starting next week. And also on the broader social media channels too. We're going to do some open up work there. So I think as far as the those of you asking for broader exposure and translated broader exposure, you're gonna get that. So just thanks for your patience on all of that. So I'll give you a quick update. We've brought on some new we brought on a new category inside our health and wellness vertical. For those of you that are not VIP and above, you'll learn more about that next week as we launch it. Right now we're engaged in an early adopter mode, and you'll understand why we are doing this the way we're doing it. We have Odell is here to translate into Spanish, so I'll let her get us caught up in Spanish right now, and then I'll come back in and we'll get going here.
Buenos saludos a todos, saluda aquí el señor Caldwell Summons desde mi carro. Hoy estoy en el carro porque no me llegó el tiempo para llegar a mi carro. Entonces, a mi oficina, entonces lo estoy haciendo virtual desde mi carro, pero hoy tengo mi cachucha que me mandó el señor Becerras, así que hoy tengo mi cachucha toda puesta y queremos darle la bienvenida a cada uno de ustedes y de poder discutir un poco más profundo lo que es nuestro nuevo vertical de conocimiento y de que hemos lanzado. Esta semana es la última semana que vamos a conectándonos de esta manera, pero estamos listos para compartir esta información.
The one thing I will tell you about our new category inside our health and wellness vertical is make a list. Make a list of anybody that you know that has a brain. Anybody that you know that has a brain, you make a list and put them on a list.
Cualquier persona que tú tengas, a quien tú conoces que tenga un cerebro. O sea, ¿quién tú conoces que tiene un cerebro? A cualquier persona que tú conozcas que tenga un cerebro, póngalo en tu lista.
Now, most of those people, you don't even have to write the list necessarily because you already have the list in your phone. That's the way it is, you know. And most of the time, you could just pick up your phone and go through your contacts, and then you have it. So. It's usually as simple as just swiping and swiping up and then going into your phone and going through through a list and making the calls and and this is what you're going to be able to do with this new category. It's going to be that simple.
Y muchos de nosotros ni tenemos que hacer nuestra lista porque es algo tan simple como simple entrar a nuestro teléfono y entrar a nuestros contactos y ver todos los contactos que tenemos. Y es algo tan fácil porque tenemos todo el tipo de personas disponibles para tomarse ventaja de este vertical.
Thank you also for getting the word out on the OG Pay button in the shopping cart. More and more of you. And it's a wonderful thing to see. More and more of you are choosing to purchase your products with the OG Pay button. And that way you don't have to use your credit card or whatever. You can just pay with your OG Pay wallet. And then if there's not enough money in the OG Pay wallet, whatever credit cards you have on file inside OGPay pays for the rest of your order. But you can, it's really good to see this ramp up, this increase in the utilization. And so everybody is taking that to heart, and it's really smart to get the money loaded up into your OGPay. And then when you go to your wallet or go to your shopping cart to pay for the product, tell all your customers this, because then they can get OGPay accounts too. You can just refer a friend to them. They can build an OGPay account. They can fund it. They can pay for it with OGPay. And there's going to be some big benefits for doing that, as far as cash back and points in the system, in the preferred customer program. So get people used to paying with that OGPay button. It's in your shopping cart. When you go to pay, you can click with the credit cards that you have on file in the shopping cart already, or you can say pay with OGPay. If you pay with OGPay, it's going to pay from your mobile wallet. And that's a big time benefit as we get used to that and you get going forward. Many, many, many of you are doing that now. So we appreciate you taking the initiative and being an early adopter on that platform.
Y también quiero darle las gracias a cada uno de ustedes que estaban promoviendo la función de poder pagar a través de su OGPay. Es algo que realmente es muy fácil. Pueden utilizar los fondos que están en su cuenta de OGPay, y si no tienen suficientes fondos pueden después utilizar la tarjeta que tengan guardada en su plataforma de OGPay. Le quiero exhortar a que sigan difundiendo este nuevo método de OGPay, porque van a haber muchas ventajas, muchas recompensas, muchos incentivos para aquellas personas que estén utilizando OGPay para hacer sus pagos y para utilizarlos más activamente. Va a haber muchas recompensas en cuanto a cashback y otros incentivos por el estilo. Así que realmente tomen ventaja de esta función.
If you're a VIP rank or above, and you have not yet entered the early adopter program for the new category that we have, then get with your leadership, your organizational leadership, and get in on that. Get the link and how to get in on that. And absolutely, I recommend everybody does that, because the early adopter program is going to have first access to the samples of the new products that are coming out. It's going to have access to the new versions of existing products that we have at Organo already. You're going to become part of a study that's going to be driven by a company called Qualtrics Technology on your mobile phone. So you just click, you'll answer some questions, 15, 30 seconds max a day, but you'll do it every day. It'll feed a big data engine, and you're really going to become a part of something special, because going forward, the early adopter group in that particular category are going to have benefits and incentives for being in there, because we want to thank you for being an early adopter. And that thank you isn't just today. It's just not one time. It's a continuum. So you're going to get some big advantages from that. So for those of you that already are, and many, many, many of you are, thank you very much for your participation. I see that many of you have already started on using the new technology and so on and so forth. So it's looking really good right now. And thanks for being a part of it.
Queremos darle las gracias a aquellas personas que se están tomando ventaja del nuevo vertical. Si ustedes son los nuevos, si son VIP superior, le queremos exhortar a que sean parte de los nuevos adaptadores o los nuevos integrantes o los que son los fundadores de este nuevo vertical, porque ustedes van a ser parte de algo muy, muy especial, ya que a través de la compañía, básicamente, what's the name of the company? Qualtrics.
Yeah, Qualtrics.
Qualtrics.
It's an Organo technology partner.
Okay, nuestro socio de tecnología Qualtrics va a estar haciendo análisis, estudio de la información que ustedes estén adquiriendo a través de la aplicación. Van a haber aplicaciones para su teléfono donde ustedes van a poder ser parte de este estudio extensivo, y también como nuestra forma de darle la apreciación y mostrar nuestra ustedes van a tener muchos beneficios, muchas muestras antes de las otras personas, antes que esté expuesto y esté mercadeado en el mercado. Ustedes serán parte de ese grupo élite donde van a poder ser parte de lanzamiento y de probar los productos nuevos.
Thank you. And then the other thing is, with regard to products, I'll tell you, I'm really partial to the King of Coffee. I mean, that product, that coffee for me is so much. I will tell you, I mentioned on this chairman's call a few weeks ago, I can't remember exactly, maybe 2-3 weeks ago, something like that. I mentioned about the Nespresso pods.
Y quiero decirle que en cuanto a los productos, a mí me encanta, hay algo especial sobre lo que viene siendo el King of Coffee, ¿verdad? El King of Coffee, para mí hay algo particular, especial sobre este producto, pero también mencioné los vasitos expresos.
And one thing I will tell you is that I really like the Nespresso pods.
Y también le tengo que admitir que me gustan muchísimo los Nespresso pods.
But I find, you can only drink so much coffee in a day or else you're going to go to the moon like that, Too much coffee is not good for me in the first place. But
oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Pero mucho café me hace muy hiperactivo, me hace como energético, entonces realmente solamente puedo tomar cierta cantidad de café por día.
And so you'll notice, I don't know if it's come out yet, but there's going to be an announcement about the Nespresso Zero. Now there's 0, 1, 2, and 3. If you haven't checked out those Nespresso pods and you have an espresso machine and you're buying espresso somewhere else, really, try these out, because in my house, we have stopped buying the Nespresso from the supermarket. We don't do it anymore. We just use the Organo, and everybody is loving it. So it's really good. So just FYI for those of you that might be Nespresso users.
Ustedes que son Nespresso, que les gustan tienen preferencia para los que son los pequeños tapitas de café, ¿verdad? Los Nespresso Pods. Les queremos exhortar de que prueben nuestra propia línea de Nespresso, porque tenemos el 0, el 1, el 2 y el 3 y son fantásticos. En mi casa ya no compramos ningún otro Nespresso Pods que no sea el de nuestro, así que le quiero invitar a que lo prueben, que se den esa oportunidad porque está realmente delicioso.
And then this brand here, the OGX and the Phoenix, I'll tell you, fantastic things happening there. By the way, if you don't have the X Forever app on your phone and you're interested in this type of thing, which is the wellness and the fat loss, the meal replacement shakes, and these kind of products, if you aren't dialed into this on the app, it's been refreshed. The app recently has been refreshed 2 Wednesdays ago. Get the new version of this app, X Forever, in your App Store or your Google Play Store. And I think if you interacted with it before and you haven't been in a while, maybe you'll be glad that you download it again.
Y para aquellos también que están tomando ventaja de nuestro vertical de pérdida de peso del bien, les quiero invitar a que realmente se den la oportunidad, porque están pasando muchas cosas poderosas con este vertical. Y también les quiero invitar a que descarguen la nueva aplicación de OGX. De verdad es totalmente diferente. Hay muchas nuevas funciones y de verdad que vale la pena descargarla para que puedan ver todas las nuevas innovaciones y todo lo que está ocurriendo a través de esta nueva aplicación o renovada aplicación.
Yeah, so I had some requests from people to talk more about the verticals on this call, more about some of the products and some of the upcoming things. So that's why you're seeing a little shift in my conversation, away from just things going on at the enterprise level inside the company at headquarters and all of that, and a little more shift, a little more additional information related to the verticals and themselves, and various categories and products in the verticals. And I'll continue to do that. I'm happy to talk about these things as well on this call.
Y si pueden notar un pequeño cambio en mí, que estoy enfocándome más en lo vertical, en dar más información de cada línea de producto y de vertical que ofrecemos, es porque se me ha pedido de que haga esa transición, este cambio de ir de hablar de lo que es la corporativa, la empresa, dar actualizaciones de lo que está pasando a nivel corporativo y enfocarme más en los diferentes verticales. Yo voy a continuar haciendo eso de dar más información en lo que se trata de nuestros productos, nuestros verticales, para mantenerlos a ustedes al día.
And then we'll continue to do the other things and get the other value out there on this call as well.
Continuaremos haciendo las otras cosas y seguir aportando valor en esta llamada.
One thing that everybody on here I would highly recommend you do is, if you do not yet have an OG Pay account, make sure that you and everyone in your organization, distribution partners, have an OG Pay account. Also, if you have customers, they can open an OG Pay account. There seems to be some people thinking that they cannot. They can. You have to invite them, though, on the app by going to the bottom right corner in the application settings, clicking the button and clicking on the link for refer a friend. And you just put their mobile number, country code number, as the country code and the number there. And if in the US, you just put the number, area code and the number, etc. And it will refer them. They will send them a link. They can get the link on their mobile phone through an email, and they can click the link and they can get an OG Pay account. I want everyone to know it will benefit you. I believe you'll benefit anyway if you have everyone in your universe has an OG Pay account before Monday of next week. There will be a reason for that. And if they have an OG Pay account before Monday of next week, they're going to be at the very beginning of an announcement that's going to be made that I think they'll enjoy, because they'll benefit from it and you'll benefit from it. So just a little heads up that you can, and it doesn't cost them anything. It's free to get an OG Pay account, but it'll be a good thing if they have it. So get the word out for people to make sure they have their OG Pay account set up. Every distribution partner that's going to earn money should have an OG Pay account set up anyway as part of their initial setup of their in their relationship with Organo. But people have been asking, can your customers get an OG? Yes, they can. And yes, your customers can also pay with that OG Pay account. Okay.
Le quiero invitar a que todos nosotros que somos socios tengamos la aplicación de OG Pay y que la promovamos con todos nuestros socios, con toda nuestra red, con cualquier persona en tu universo que estén utilizando OG Pay. Especialmente nuestros clientes. No sé si ustedes saben que pueden ustedes referir a otras personas a que usen OG Pay, no solamente para recibir dinero, sino también para hacer pagos. Si van a las actualizaciones, abajo de las actualizaciones hay una partecita que dice referir, hacer referidos o hacer el clic de referidos, y eso es muy importante porque antes del 3 de agosto, para la próxima semana, va a haber un anuncio que va a ser muy beneficioso para todas aquellas personas que tengan la OGP. Es muy importante para aquellas personas que son socios y que esperan ganar dinero con Organo, que tengan su aplicación, pero también va a ser beneficioso para cualquier otra persona que quiera utilizar la aplicación. Así que les exhorto a que la tengan descargada antes del próximo lunes. Va a ser muy ventajoso.
And so with that all said, I want to just say thank you to all of you who are leading the field. You're doing wonderful things. We're still in a situation with COVID-19 around the world. I've said this on call after call every single week, but we got a few questions last week asking me, why do I say on the call that we should not use COVID-19? Why do I not want to use COVID-19 situation, the COVID-19 situation, to market our products or to market our opportunity? Obviously, there are millions of people sitting at home, millions of people that have lost their jobs, millions of people wondering if they're going to lose their jobs. So yeah, boy, the Organo experience needs to get in front of them. Because maybe they're open to this innovative entrepreneurship opportunity.
Semana pasada, primero que todo le quiero dar las gracias a cada uno de ustedes que a pesar de lo que está pasando con COVID-19 siguen informándonos, compartiendo la oportunidad, compartiendo lo que es este programa de emprendimiento de Organo. Pero muchas preguntas se me hicieron la semana pasada, se me preguntó la semana pasada por qué a mí no me gusta utilizar o que se utilice la situación de COVID como una excusa, una razón para nuestros productos o compartir la oportunidad. Y claro, es importante saber que esto es una oportunidad de emprendimiento, de una innovación en la forma de hacer emprendimiento. Es una oportunidad que para muchas personas que han perdido su trabajo o que están en la posibilidad de perder su trabajo, esto es algo muy bueno para ellos. Sin embargo,
and some people also, basically the same people, are asking, why can't we tell, why is the Organo compliance and why is the rule to not promote our products to the people because of COVID? Why can't we say the Ganoderma is so good and the Ganoderma this and the Ganoderma that, and tie that to COVID, because COVID's what's on people's minds? So why don't we do that are the questions we're being asked.
Muchos me preguntan también, ¿y por qué no promovemos con la situación de COVID, por qué no promovemos nuestros productos que sabemos que son buenos? ¿Por qué no lo promocionamos? ¿Por qué el Departamento de Cumplimiento nos prohíbe promover nuestros productos como una solución para la situación de COVID?
Well, the reason is because we have separated at Organo, we've separated the COVID message as a job of the chief communications officer type job, to talk and to message and to put the stuff up on the website and to make information available around the world related to COVID, because that's how we get that public-private partnership that's so important in the communities we serve. We do that through our general communications, not our marketing communications. And we're going to keep those, and we have kept, and we will continue to keep those separate.
Lo que nosotros hemos decidido que nuestra respuesta o nuestra forma de lidiar con la situación de COVID es algo que le pertenece al departamento y de operación más que nada, y hemos decidido que vamos a mantener separado lo que viene siendo el departamento de comunicación y el departamento en cuanto a lo que viene siendo el programa de nuestra respuesta, nuestra forma de lidiar ante la situación de COVID.
And that's because the reality is COVID is a global health pandemic, but it's also, it is that globally, and it's also though a very local conversation, because certain communities are impacted more than others. Certain governments are reacting to the pandemic differently than others. It's a very unique thing at the local level everywhere around the world.
La razón por la cual nosotros decidimos hacer esto es porque es algo, aunque el COVID-19 es algo global, que está afectando a todo el mundo, es una pandemia. La forma es algo a la vez también algo muy local. Es algo que diferentes gobiernos, diferentes comunidades han tenido realidades muy diferentes localmente.
So we are not going to be an ecosystem. We're not going to be an enterprise, a company. Organo is not going to be that enterprise that preys on people that are down and out, that preys on people that are worried. We're not going to support all of that. I know many companies are. I know they do that. I know. And some of you are, well, how can we can't compete with them? We don't want to compete with them, because any company, and we don't have to compete with them because we're up here and they're way down here in this mess. We're not going to compete like that, because we don't have to compete like that. We don't have to leverage our value into someone else's fear, because then we just support that fear of loss, fear that they might not have a job, fear that they might catch the virus and become sick or something. We're not going to do that. We're going to support the communities over here in our general communications. We're going to make facilities available for them to store PPEs as they need to on a local basis. If we have extra warehouse space, we're going to encourage all of you, and we did, and you reacted, and it's wonderful to donate masks and gloves and PPEs. We're gonna engage. We will engage and activate the network, our army of Organo around the world. But what we will not do is exploit, prey on, or take advantage of people in the name of marketing to their fear. We're not going to be that company. We never will. If you think we should be, you're probably in the wrong company, because that's not Organo, and it never will be Organo. All right, it never has been Organo, and it's not going to be, just because of this. So understand, we have very separate messaging related to how we deal with, as an enterprise, COVID-19, where we have our public-private partnerships and all the good things going on in the communities that we serve. And thank you, all of you are a big part of that with your contributions and so forth. And then over on the other side, we have our marketing communications, and that's about what we do anyway. We would be doing the same thing without COVID-19.
Y lo que queremos también expresarles es que particularmente nosotros no queremos utilizar el tema de miedo para tomar ventaja del miedo, de la paranoia que exista ante el COVID, porque esto no define Organo. Organo nunca ha sido una empresa que se toma ventaja del miedo de los demás, y nunca lo va a hacer. Nunca, no va a ser nuestra forma de operar, de hacer que las personas se comporten de cierta manera por el miedo que puedan tener ante esta situación. Eso no define Organo y nunca lo va a definir, no va a ser nuestra forma de operarlo. Por eso tenemos dos mensajes totalmente diferentes, un mensaje que va de acorde con nuestra respuesta según nuestra departamento de comunicación o departamento que no tiene nada que ver con nuestro departamento de mercadeo.
What we have changed and we have accelerated is that Organo is becoming a better digital version of itself every single week, every single day, actually, right now. And all of you are a big part of that. You are becoming better digital versions of yourselves and your businesses with all these Zooms and all these things going on. And the business is growing around the world because of it. Your organizations are growing. Your productivity levels are growing, therefore the liquidity levels are higher. That's how you get paid, and that's all very good. And it's being built on that same solid foundation, just now moving a lot to the digital space, to the online space instead of the physical place. And you guys, I'll tell you, all of you, thank you, because I don't know everybody on here. There's, with thousands of people seeing this thing. Those of you that have really embraced that are having that experience, and that's great, and we appreciate it. Those of you that haven't yet embraced this digitalization of the process, of the workflow, get with your organizational leadership as soon as possible, because they can help you get plugged in to all the things that are going on, like this right here is one thing. But there are many, many other things that are going on daily and weekly inside the enterprise, and then also inside your individual organizations. And the leadership at Organo, the organizational leadership inside the distribution partner network out there globally, it's just doing great things. I mean, I'm so happy with how they're mature and reacting to things on a regular basis, as needed basis. But yet they're being proactive in creating value in their businesses, and ultimately for the entire enterprise. So I appreciate it, and thank you very much for all of it.
Queremos nosotros invitarlos a cada uno de ustedes que sigan tomando ventaja de lo que viene siendo todo nuestro mensaje, que realmente el mensaje que estamos compartiendo y sigue evolucionando, digitalizándose, haciéndose más avanzado en lo que es la tecnología que ofrecemos, y gracias a eso hemos visto un crecimiento en nuestra producción, hemos visto un crecimiento en lo que nosotros estamos resultado, lo que refleja un crecimiento en liquidez, en lo que refleja más ganancia para ustedes, y es porque todos ustedes han sido flexibles en utilizar nuestra nueva forma de hacer negocios y utilizarlo de una manera más digital. Y queremos invitarles a que ustedes sigan tomando ventaja de esta nueva forma de comportamiento, y que sigan de todas las innovaciones que Organo continúa haciendo. Y también les invitamos que se tengan conectados con sus líderes, que le pueden informar de todas las informaciones, así como esta llamada, de todas las innovaciones que estamos haciendo, para que ustedes se puedan mantener a la vanguardia de lo que está ocurriendo en nuestra empresa, que estamos cambiando todos los días. Entonces, le queremos dar gracias también a ustedes por mantenerse conectados, por mantenerse al día de todas las cosas que estamos haciendo, y por promover todo lo que estamos haciendo. Y así es como vamos a ir al próximo nivel.
So one thing I like to do, I'm going to do it right now, is this spotlights. I don't have my blue sheets with me because I'm in my car and they're at my desk, and I wasn't able to get back because of traffic and construction. But I'm going to use my other phone here. Read these out. I have these sent over to me. So here we go with the spotlight.
Y ahora vamos a hacer algo que me encanta hacer, que es nuestra hora de reconocimiento, o de spotlight, que viene a decir hacer enfoque o resaltar el trabajo de las personas. Hoy lo estoy haciendo de una manera diferente porque por el tráfico tuve que quedarme en el carro. Sin embargo, le quiero dejar saber de los reconocimientos que tenemos.
So Liliana Rock, a new Sapphire, a new Sapphire a few months ago, is doing great. Requalifying Sapphire 3 consecutive months in a row since April, May, and June. Requalified Sapphire. She signed up in April. So April, May, and June, requalified Sapphire. Won the global growth bonus in cycles 1, 2, and 3, all 3 months. I guess that's like $9,000 or $10,000 extra in bonus money on top of her Sapphire check. She's expanding her business into the Philippines and into Mexico. Liliana Rock, thank you. I cannot wait to talk with you tomorrow for this amazing achievement. And we'll talk about some other things that really get your business on to anybody that does that really gets my attention. It's amazing, awesome thing. Again, Liliana Rock, watch out for that name, folks, because she's on the diamond track out of California in the US. Then we've got Israel Solis Fernandez, also sapphire. Fantastic things going on there. And Israel, let me tell you, the biggest thing that popped up on my blue sheets was 78 star achiever. 78 star achiever, and continues to develop more and more star achievers, helping those people all understand the business. And again, Israel is from over in Mexico. So Israel, thank you very much. Keep doing what you're doing. Your productivity levels are awesome, and your activity levels are terrific as well. That's why you're getting the productivity that you're getting. The next person is, let me see here, Paloma Chavez. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, forgot you were there.
Tenemos a Miss Liliana Rock, que desde de California, que ella básicamente ha estado calificando mes tras mes por los últimos 3 meses. Ella ha sido alguien que está en mi radar de éxito, ha sido calificando cada mes, creciendo su red en México y en las Filipinas. Es alguien que realmente se está haciendo que las cosas ocurran desde California y se ha ganado el bono global. También tenemos al señor Israel Solís, que tiene 78 estrellas, realmente duplicando lo que es el trabajo de esas estrellas. Es alguien que está haciendo el trabajo muy comprometido equipo y está trabajando también desde California.
Next is Paloma Chavez Godinez from Mexico. Oh man, fantastic. Selling the coffee retail. I noticed she popped up on my screen. She is part of Arturo Fernandez, who's a diamond, part of Arturo Fernandez organization. And she just doesn't have any excuses. She just goes and does it. She's selling the coffee products, retail, developing a big time customer base, and is now a new VIP. Was a new VIP for June, and done again, taking this whole customer acquisition model to another level. So congratulations, Paloma. Thank you very much. Keep your activity levels correct, and your productivity levels will continue to follow. Here we go with Emily Morrow again. Emily is a new Ruby, brand new Ruby this month. Very strong. Emily was a really strong sapphire in the first place, and I got to just say that she's been building a business, and she really, I think Emily's one of those people that really took this, become a better digital version of yourself in the days of sitting at home and so forth to another level. She's attracting new people who really love the products and want to share the products. She's doing a lot online in the social media space. And they're really, I'll tell you, this Emily, she's personally, I mean, example, look, I'm looking at the numbers right here. Personally sold over $5,000 this month already. Retail. Emily, that's amazing. She sold $5,000 herself, retail, of Organo products. No wonder she's a Ruby and was a very, very strong sapphire. She'll be a very, very strong Ruby, Emerald, Diamond, Blue Diamond, Black Diamond, because that's how the process works. So here it is. I mean, Emily, congratulations. Keep doing what you're doing. I don't have any ideas except whatever you're doing, other people should think about that too, I guess. Anyway, you're doing a great job, and thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated, all the time, energy, and effort that you're investing to build your Organo business and sharing the Organo experience with people. The next person is, I guess it's Wells Soares Fortes, F-O-R-T-E-S. Anyway, registered in Italy, a 70-star achiever in June, and a Ruby, and doing amazing things. Here's the deal. I'm looking at some of the stats here. Lives in Rome, I love Rome myself. It's fantastic. I enjoy being there. We may have met, and when I was there, he's a basketball instructor, and he's really an ambitious person. It looks like here. Been working with Organo since 2012. He's been working with Organo, but really, it feels like he says that, you know, it to him, he tells people it feels like it was yesterday. And now what he's doing is he is absolutely knocking it out of the park with the Star Achiever program, folks. Star Achiever program. He's very sincere. And right now he's building Star Achievers. And that's happening like crazy. That's why he's a 70 Star Achiever as of June, and growing. So, well, to you moving and continuing to rank advance. Next is Emerald. I know you're on that run, so look forward to you to announcing you on here as a new Organo Emerald in the very near future. So everybody, that sums up my blue sheets for the Distribution Partner Network. I also like to spotlight a couple people inside the enterprise that are just doing amazing things, really good things. I mean, extraordinary things that really putting in the time, the energy, the effort across the board. The first person is Elson Burbin. Elson, as she manages all the business development activities for all of EMEA. That's Europe, Middle East, and Africa. She has been doing some great things, especially with the African markets growing like crazy, like they are, and the European markets, new markets in the European community growing like crazy, as well as the UK has its growth trajectory locked in. I think probably for the rest of the year, this is going to be this kind of experience. So if you're sitting on here and you're in those places and you haven't really started yet, I mean, man, what a great time to share that Organo experience and gather those customers and so on and so forth. But Elson is a person that she's constantly there. She's consistently there every single day. She wears multiple hats. And I don't know if she has one that's this good looking or not. This is a sexy hat. But she wears a lot of hats. And Elson, thank you very much. And for those of you that haven't said thank you to Elson, you can send a message to her through the Global Relationship Management Team, grm@organogold.com. And as I say that, I want you to remind everybody here on here something. Make sure you go into your email provider and whitelist organogold.com and organoglobal.com. Make sure those URLs are whitelisted, because you're going to get messaging. You're going to have messaging from both of those platforms for a little bit. And I want you to make sure that I want to make sure you get those messages. And I know that it won't go into your spam folder and all that if you have them whitelisted. So Elson Burbin, EMEA, business development, awesome job, awesome work. Your whole team is doing great things around the region. And I was having a conversation with the vice president of EMEA this morning, Colin Morgan Jones, and we talked about some of those things, Elson, that you're just doing that are above and beyond, and we very much appreciate it. Thank you very much. And everybody, hey, send her an email, send her a message through GRM, and let everybody know. I mean, if you appreciate what the team in EMEA is doing in Europe, the Middle East, and Africa, let Elson know. That's an important thing. The next thing I like to say is that we have there's some crazy rank advancements. You're going to hear about some of them next Monday. I'm not going to go into them now because they're still being qualified. They're still being proven up, but I know they're already qualified this month, but I don't want to say it and then something happened. But there's some really good stuff, and I'll bring it up in that EMEA region. The next person is Subachati, who is the vice president running the ASEAN region. That's the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. That's all the Southeast Asian operation. Subachat's been doing a fantastic job of keeping the cohesion through this whole pandemic and shutdown and everything. And he and his team are really showing up with some brand new customer-driven growth. Online, again, becoming better digital versions of themselves. You know, these are markets where most of the time people are getting together. It's one of those markets where they really like to get together at the local pickup center and all that, and they just haven't been able to do that. So congratulations on all the work that's being done there. And I'll tell you, I know I'm finished with all the field stuff, but Diamond Bond and the teams there that are really making things happen in and around the ASEAN region, and also Tim's Bautista and her teams, and in the Philippines, and all those things that are going on. It's really above and beyond, and it's great work, and we appreciate it. Again, you can tell them thank you through the GRM email. And then the next person that I want to really give a shout out to, because he's in a role that's relatively new for him, but not really. He's known and loved throughout the LATAM region, but he's basically in an expanded role right now, and will continue in that role, doing a great job there. And that is Salvador in Mexico City, who's now running all of the LATAM region with from an administrative operations point of view. And he and his team, Jacobo and the crew, are doing a fantastic job. So send an email over to GRM, or if you already know how to get in touch with Salvador, let him know thank you, because I assure you they are doing a fabulous job in the Latin American regions right now. So thanks a bunch for all of that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the call today. I appreciate each and every one of you. I look forward to being able to get out and about again, and us meet each other face to face and eye to eye, if you will. But I'll tell you what, everybody's doing a great job just like this. Everybody's doing a great job online. And I think as this just continues to extend and expand, it's upgrading. It's upgrading the way we do business. And guys like me, I'm having to get out of my comfort zone in some of these areas. But I enjoy it because, you know, I haven't been forced out of my comfort zone in business in a long time. And this is wonderful. This is just wonderful. I enjoy it. I'm having a good time. And I hope each and every one of you are as well. God bless you. Thank you for everything you do for you and your families. Continue to contribute in your communities. Be kind to one another. Be tolerant of the faults and the things that maybe don't work out well, and be grateful that you have these opportunities in your life, and go share this Organo experience with everybody else so that they also can have this, and they can add this to their list of experiences, and hopefully they'll get to work, and it'll be a great experience because of that, because there is no free lunch. It still takes work. But thanks for being a part of this. We all very much appreciate you, and we hope you appreciate each other.